wrapping up this weekend of racing with a really nice competitive card, especially in races 7, 8, and 6 is my highlight of the day.
And they're off. Oh, Billicus, 1-9. Billicus stumbled at the start, went down to his knees. Billicus is last, now second last. Down the back stretch, it is Freddiness starting against the inside, and Barb's Pride of the outside pushing that one along. Imagine a Clear is right there in close third. Dreams delivered. Here comes Billicus after a stumbling beginning. Has a lot to do now. Is 4 to 5 lengths on the front and tugging along at the rider. Into the far turn run, and a Rascally Rebel in the back of the pack. Around that turn, and it's Freddiness, the one to catch from Imagine a Cure, and Barb's Pride ridden for more from third. Now Billicus comes to the two path and moving on the outside. Here comes Billicus, is moving all the way up to third position at the top of the stretch. Now to second, they turn for home. Freddiness, Billicus of the outside. Freddiness and Billicus of the outside trying to cut into the margin as they straighten on for home. And back third to the inside is Imagine a Cure as they come to the final furlong. Freddiness, Billicus. Freddiness just in front by 2 lengths from Billicus. Out center of the track, Rascally Rebel for the back of the pack is trying to roll on with some late steam. 16 to go. Freddiness, Freddy's ready. Freddiness does it. From second, Rascally Rebel who closed. Billicus was third. Then Imagine a Cure. Dreams delivered. And they're off. Mystic Seaport, Music Man Sandy, Lady Serenity. Zipping up at the inside, here's Lady Serenity to the lead from Mystic Seaport. Has it by a neck of the inside, Majesty's Freedom. Music Man Sandy is settling in the second flight. Ice Cube Baby's in between horses there. Blow through yellow lights. At the far outside is Coal Mine trying to advance a bit for the back of the pack early on. Only 3.5 from the lead held by Lady Serenity. The lead 3 parts of a length from Mystic Seaport as they round the far turn. Music Man Sandy right there, 3 wide, prompting from third length and a half. Coal Mine is fourth, another 2 blow through yellow lights at Ice Cube Baby. Majesty's Freedom tails off to trail the field in 7th. Midway on the turn, about 2.5 furlongs left to go. Mystic Seaport, Music Man Sandy moving alongside with some confidence now. The inside, Lady Serenity under pressure to stay pace. Coming off the inside, Ice Cube Baby into the stretch, furlong and a half left to go. Music Man Sandy responding, trying to open a bit now. 2 lengths on Mystic Seaport for the final furlong. Ice Cube Baby driven to the center of the tracks, trying to pick up a share late with a 16th left to go. Here's Music Man Sandy. Music Man Sandy 3 to 2 and getting it done. Owen by 4 to 5 lengths. Ice Cube Baby and Mystic Seaport and Coal Mine, Majesty's Freedom.
When we started adding protocols, the first thing we knew we wanted to do was to add veterinarians watching training. We really had to look at all of the opportunities that we had to impact horse safety. Controlling medication and training, which had never been done. Investing in cutting-edge diagnostic techniques. Decreasing the amount of medication that was in the horse on race day. Right now it's training, but we're checking horses that are racing on Saturday. Thank you. You're all right, sweetie. I feel like we are changing things for the better.
Right now it's basically just being present. We do examine various horses in the days leading up to it. Race day, it's every horse. We're watching the horses, how they warm up. Now they've got weight on their back. We're on different surface. We're still following the horses. All the horses look good during their warm-up, sound ready to run.
I truly feel like we are moving the sport forward. The horses are better for it. We've really changed to focus on putting horses at the center and being the most important part of the equation.
Lined up 5 and 1/2 furlongs. And they're off. Coffee Bean down to the rail, the outside Holy Delight, and Tipsy Tourist right there between them with early speed from third position. Bostonian broke sharp, but drops to the back of the pack to third last, and passed by Despite the Gin racing on the inside. Then Hello Jamrock saving ground, and Milady Thatcher out 3 deep at the half-mile pole is in the back, 6.5 from the front. Holy Delight opens up 2.5 lengths into the far turn from Tipsy Tourist and Coffee Bean. Hello Jamrock slipping through an opening on the inside. Hello Jamrock, easy run down to the inside right now, coming after Holy Delight. Holy Delight, Hello Jamrock stokes up a big run there from second, within 3 parts of a length of the leader at the top of the lane, and Tipsy Tourist is in third, and Coffee Bean battles away in fourth as they turn for home. Into the stretch now, Holy Delight. Hello Jamrock made a bold bid, but now 4 lengths behind. Holy Delight keeps on going for the final furlong. Now try to pick up second is Despite the Gin from in between horses. Coffee Bean down to the inside. Hello Jamrock dropping back badly now, then Tipsy Tourist. It's Holy Delight. Holy Delight by 7 or 8 on the line. Photo second. There's Despite the Gin and Coffee Bean. Despite the Gin was a big price. Coffee Bean there in the photo too. And they're followed by Milady Thatcher, Tipsy Tourist.
Introducing the first racing tool from Pegasus to Preakness. Iconic venues.
Life is good, and Irad Ortiz Jr. has ran them off their feet in the Pegasus.
World-class racing. Millions at stake.
Brad Bauer win the Preakness.
New champions will be crowned. Only at first.
And they're off. My Juba off to a good beginning. Volney on the outside. Dulcie Cara moving up on the inside. A captivating gallop between horses on the chase too. Here's Flava's Dream down to the inside. Miss Casey. Miss Casey's trying to get underway. Also between rivals and 3.5 lengths on the front end. Divine Fashion is 7th and last heading into the turn. A half dozen lengths will cover the field. So round that far turn, dueling head to head with 4 furlongs left to go. As they round that turn, the inside there is Dulce Cara. Just to the inside there, My Juba on the outside. They're still knocking heads, and Volney is right there, third, perched for a run, and Flava's Dream is in fourth. Miss Casey ridden along for more, next in fifth. Divine Fashion not doing much, and Captivating Gal drops to last position. Top of the stretch now, My Juba, Dulce Cara down to the inside. They're head-to-head still for the lead. Volney is in third out to the 3-path as they turn for home. My Juba doing the winning work now. Gets away about a length from Dulce Cara down to the inside. It continues to battle hard. My Juba in front. My Juba from Dulce Cara. Volney is third of the outside with a 16th left. Here's My Juba, and here's Jamie Rodriguez looking for a riding triple, and he's got it. My Juba, Dulce Cara. Volney was third. Flava's Dream, and then maybe Divine Fashion from Miss Casey. Second finish line for the mile. And they're off. Hey Chief was very slow to go, his last. That's My Business, Sharp Break, and Sir Smoke Early Speed, Moon Sign, and Reckless Affair is right there on the inside, a close fourth as they journey to the main portion of the track. Hey Chief has made progress now up on the inside of Florit. They're side by side, Hey Chief, Florit, and they're 6 lengths off with speed out there. As they journey down the back stretch, it's a gap of 6 more lengths back. It is General JR, and it's way back to Wilder Czar. Wilder Czar well last. Heading now with 5.5 furlongs left to go, and Sir Smoke gets away 3 parts of a length. Reckless Affair down to the inside. That's My Business, and Moon Sign is in fourth. Hey Chief is worked up to 5th position as they roll for the far turn run now. Florid outside the 2 or 3 path is the far turn run with still Sir Smoke to catch. Sir Smoke, That's My Business, a length and a half behind. Reckless Affair, Moon Sign fully ridden there as they round the far turn. Florid, Hey Chief is in between horses, still 5 5 or 6 from that leader. And back to General JR at an even clip, and it's way back. Being eased up out of it is Wilder Czar. Top of the stretch, more than a quarter of a mile left to go. Sir Smoke still going with a 2-length lead from That's My Business. Hey Chief on the far outside there. Down inside is Reckless Affair. In between horses, next is Moon Sign as they come now with about a furlong left to go. It is still Sir Smoke. Sir Smoke by 5. Hey Chief trying to reach up for second. That's My Business battles away there with a 16th left to go. Sir Smoke, and Luis Rivera Jr., General JR trying to pick up second late. Sir Smoke does it at 10-1 from General JR. Then That's My Business. And they're off. Plummet on the outside, going to gun out for early speed. As also, Yes Sir Robert and Ace 9-9 are right there to the turn run. So it's going to be Yes Sir Robert, Ace 9-9. Plummet asks for speed, is right off the top here now. And the inside next is Super Catch, who's racing along in fourth. Up against it, traveling in between horses in fifth. And it's a gap of 3 more lengths. For Love of Country is next in line as they make that turn past the 6.5 furlong mark now. In between horses back there is Can't Pass It Up. Clubman racing back in the pack as well, and Ghost Lighter and Walk Away Joe trailing the field. But a fiery pace up front from Yes Sir Robert, is going for it up front with a 5.5, almost 6-length lead from Ace 9-9 in second, and Plummet on the outside. And Super Catched out of the inside, up against it, some 8 or 9 off that speedster up front, and back to Clubman, and then For Love of Country. Ridden along as Can't Pass It Up, same for Walk Away Joe, trying to improve for the back of the pack, but still plenty to do. And Ghost Lighter tails off last position. Into the far turn run, Yes Sir Robert is the leader, but Plumman's making progress there from second, and Clubman on the move on the outside. Here comes Clubman with a nice 3-wide bid, and so Clubman, Plumman are coming right at Yes Sir Robert, who went way too fast at the quarter pole at the top of the lane. Up against it with a chance, and 2, Walk Away Joe is firing an action out wide. They turn for home. Clubman opens up. Clubman now from Plumman by almost 3 lengths. Up against it, Walk Away Joe on the far outside, and trying to pick up a share there is Super Catch out of the inside, though tiring, and Can't Pass It Up. Down to the last furlong, it's Clubman and all Clubman now. Clubman pouring it on by 5, by 6. Clubman and the X-Man. Clubman solid in victory. Clubman does it by 6 or 7 from Walk Away Joe. Then Plumman was third, up against it fourth. Can't Pass It Up, finish fifth.
The Maryland Jockey Club's Canter for a Cause cantered on with just over 300 entrants this year, coming from far and wide in this unique event to walk, trot, and canter over the famed Pimlico racecourse that showcased historic legends and champions. The only event of this type founded by Georgianne Hale. All benefits go to the renowned nonprofit, the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
Well, this is a great event. I think it really showcases the thoroughbred can come out here and ride and come back to the racetrack and not have any issues. It's a great event for awareness and fundraising, and I think it's a great community event, especially with these people bringing OTTBs, because when they bring them here and they get to showcase them in front of everyone else, I think it's really fun. And because it's close to Halloween this year, we've seen a lot of great costumes, so that's good too. I think a lot of people assume that the racehorse ever came back to the track, that they would not be able to handle it. And we've seen today lots of horses come through the gate with little kids being let out, and things are fun. So yeah, I think once they're out of that racehorse mode for the most part, and they can come out to the track and enjoy themselves, and I think depending on what they're being trained for, they come back here and they know that this rider wants to canter slow or walk or trot, so it's good. It's good.
And they're up. Rusty's G550, Astra Speed right out of the gate from Remembering Wilbur. Delete Savita is right up there into the turn run. So Rusty's G550, Delete Savita get away by 2 lengths from Royal Number into third, and Frightlin on the outside, a close fourth. Another 2 lengths, and Remembering Wilbur is in fifth. Ground saving Mr. Jefferson as they round the first turn. Back to Badger Tooth of the 2-path, and Mailman's a Flyer is last of them all, maybe 13 off that pace up ahead. Delete Savita, Rusty's G550 going a solid clip as they journey down the backstretch now. 2 lengths back, and Frightlin on hold in third position, and Royal Number tracks along and keeping pace in fourth. Another 4 lengths back, Mr. Jefferson and Remembering Wilbur racing as a team. They have 7 lengths to make up now. Back in the pack, Mailman's a Flyer and Badger Tooth on the outside. Heading off the far turn, 11 lengths front to back. It is Delitza Vita, Rusty's G550. Frightlin's been waiting and now asks for a little bit of run from third. 2 more lengths, and Royal Number is firing up now from fourth and about to take that third position. Back to Mr. Jefferson and Remembering Wilbur. They have 6 or 7 to make up with 3 furlongs left to go. Frightlin is now bidding toward the front. Frightlin takes the lead from Delitza Vita, puts the head in front. Royal Number is in third. Rusty's G550. Back to Mr. Jefferson and Remembering Wilbur. They're followed by Badger Tooth, second to last, and Mailman's a Flyer trailing the field. Frightlin turns for home. Frightlin pouring it on, opening up 3, now 4 from Delitza Vita, and Royal Number on the outside, drifting about a bit, and Rusty's G550 still very game down to the final furlong, and it is Frightlin in front by 3. Delitza Vita trying hard and trying to make a comeback run. Delitza Vita's coming back, and so too Rusty's G550. Frightlin desperate for the Laurel line. Here's the line. Photo finish. Photo. Rusty's G550 surged at Frightlin. Very close. Delitza Vita, then Mr. Jefferson, and Mailman's a Flyer.
probably the most beautiful racetrack in the country, to be honest with you.
The background is just beautiful. I love Gulfstream Park because of the grandstand and the racing.
The weather is beautiful. The facility is phenomenal.
The Gulfstream Championship meet has become one of the top events of the year. You could come out on a Wednesday and see a future Preakness winner.
They're off in the Preakness. The Run Happy Santa Anita Derby.
Got the unique 6.5 down the hillside turf course. A whole lot of great racing here in California.
And we're off.
We have all 3 surfaces here, the only racetrack in the country to have all 3 surfaces. Being close to the ocean, being surrounded by some of the greatest horses and riders in history, it's amazing.
It's the prettiest thing you've ever seen. There's no one else has a background like we do.
And they're off. Spicy Margarita Bandits Warrior and Beneath the Stars, 3 in an early scramble for supremacy. Then it's Bourbon Wildcat up on the inside. Beneath the Stars moves along now. A Golden Effect is there as they move down the backstretch. And Beneath the Stars up on the inside now grabs a narrow lead from Bandits Warrior in second spot. Then at the outside is Spicy Margarita. Golden Effect in between horses. Bourbon Wildcat down to the inside. Forget About It is about 4 from the front, 3 wide. And Hope Has a Name trailing the field has 7 to make up Beneath the Stars. Beneath the Stars, speed breaks away by 2 from Bandits Warrior second. Spicy Margarita on the outside, along with Forget About It into 4th, and Golden Effect into 5th. They race to the top of the stretch now, and it is Beneath the Stars by 2 lengths from Bandits Warrior. Golden Effect driven out of the inside. Spicy Margarita drops back, and Forget About It on the extreme outside. Beneath the Stars in front, trying to hold off a rail run from Golden Effect. Forget About It on the far outside. Here comes Forget About It. Forget About It in time. Forget About It. Forget About It. Beneath the Stars, Golden Effect of the photo there. And then it was Bandits Warrior. And they're off. Mrs. Dell on the outside, Meb's Webb and Ms. Malevolence mixing it up early. And so there goes Ms. Malevolence, the head in front from Meb's Webb and Mrs. Dell on the outside. Miss Marino tracks along the rail from 4th, just 3 from the front. Special Freedom back of the pack with Notion Interruptus trailing the field. Heading off at the far turn, Ms. Malevolence, the head in front. Meb's Webb is pushing her from the outside. Length and a half in. Mrs. Dell is in 3rd. Miss Marino's in 4th. And Special Freedom is 4th from the front in 5th position. And Notion Interruptus to the back of the pack. So around the far turn, Ms. Malevolence, Meb's Web. They've been the top pair so far. Mrs. Dell on the outside and Special Freedom. Miss Marino battles along but drops back, and Notion Interruptus still in the back. Top of the stretch now, they make the turn for home. Mrs. Dell, Meb's Web on the inside, Ms. Malevolence as they turn in 3 right across the track. Extreme outside, Mrs. Dell got a bit of momentum trying to carry on, but Ms. Malevolence is fighting back. Meg's Web in between horses. Special Freedom with an inside run. Shifting in a bit, Mrs. Dell just in front now from Ms. Malevolence. It's Mrs. Dell, Ms. Malevolence. It's Mrs. Dell, Ms. Malevolence, Mrs. or Ms. Mrs. Dell. Ms. Malevolence was second. Special Freedom, Notion Interruptus, or Meb's Web.
And we'll be back on Friday as a lead up on Saturday's Pot of Gold Stakes Day, but Friday's action starts at 12:25. Keith Fustel and I will be on at 11:25.